How can you make your wife more confident? You get points for asking that question. I think it's really sweet. It shows that you do care. Here's the God honest truth. You cannot make your wife more confident. You will find tons of articles on things that you can do to make your wife more confident. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do if your wife isn't open to seeing another perspective, if your wife isn't open to learning, if your wife isn't open to doing the inside part of that work, because self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, the kind that is solid, that can handle the pushback from life, because the second she goes out into the world and the rest of the world starts telling her, no, 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 you are wrong. You should feel guilty. You should feel bad about yourself. You are incompetent. You're ugly. You don't know what you're doing. You should be ashamed of yourself for expressing yourself. Whatever it is that the world decides to do, to say to her that challenges that confidence and that self-esteem, if the confidence and the self-esteem that she's acquiring is coming from outside of herself, then all it takes is something outside of herself to take it away. That's why self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence has to be built from within. Because then when it comes from inside of yourself and the outside world does test you, push you, challenge you, because it will, it's the nature of the world, she will already know that if it doesn't come from out there and it comes from in here, then I don't need those people out there to tell me that I'm okay in order to feel okay about myself. Real confidence, the kind that can withstand the pushing, the challenges, the possibly downright abuse. Confidence that can withstand that comes from inside of a person. It comes from themselves. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be kind to your partner. Be a supportive partner. That's different. You can be a supportive partner, but being a supportive partner will not necessarily translate into improved self-confidence for your wife. What are some ways that you can be a supportive partner? Because I think that really, at the heart of it, that's another way of saying, I want to support my wife when you say, I want to help her feel more confident. Some ways that you can support your wife or your partner, tell them what you see in them that is unique about them. What are their skills? What are their talents? What is special about them to you? What do you love about being around them? What's the value that you see in them? When you take time to notice what makes someone special, that's very rare. Not a lot of people do that. Like actually take the time to give a thoughtful compliment. That's a really nice way to model, provide example, provide positive reflections to your partner that potentially could help them learn how to do that for themselves. Another thing that you can do uh, to create a supportive environment where confidence can grow is make it safe for them, make it okay for them to open up to you about their insecurities, about their fears, without trying to fix them. And this is one of those differences that often comes up between men and women. Women want to express their feelings, which include fears and insecurities. And oftentimes men, they see that, and it comes from a good place a lot of the time, not all the time, but men often feel this urge to help fix the problem because they want to protect and take care of this woman that they love. However, when you start trying to fix something for someone, it's unconsciously communicating to that person that there's something that needs to be fixed, that there's something wrong there. And so for women, a lot of times it is enough to just listen, to just give them a hug, to be supportive, to hear them out, to give them a safe place to express themselves without worrying about what's going to happen, creating a place where the connection and the intimacy between the two of you can grow. Another way that you can foster an environment within the relationship for the self-esteem and confidence to grow would be to listen when they express healthy boundaries and really honor those boundaries. If someone is saying no, to respect that. Point blank, listen for no. People won't always say just no. Sometimes they'll go about it in a more indirect way. And you can ask them, is that a no? But instead of pushing back, so one thing that's really common between men and women, uh, this comes up in a lot of conversations. The man may have a higher sexual appetite and he wants to have that physical closeness with his partner. And the partner may be expressing no indirectly. I'm tired. I have a headache. I don't feel like it today. I'm sick today. And maybe they really are. And if the partner is pushing back and saying, oh, come on, please, that's crossing a boundary. And when you cross boundaries, indirectly, people start to feel like their needs are not important. They feel unvalued. They feel it makes and it can even, go so far as making them to feel dirty and worthless within the relationship. Like, oh, is that all you see me for? By being a supportive partner and understanding when they are setting a boundary and saying no and honoring that and not trying to push back on it, not trying to cross that line over and over and over again, you are unconsciously showing them that you are someone of value, that your needs are important, and that makes it possible. It's not a guarantee, but it can help support your wife, that person, in feeling more confident to continue expressing their needs that affect their self-worth, their self-value, their self-confidence, and their self-esteem. One other thing that you can do to support your partner is to learn about what is important to them in their life. And when you encourage them to go for the things that are important to them, that excite them, even if it doesn't come out perfectly, it shows that you have faith in their ability to succeed. Although, again, not a guarantee that they will be more confident from that, but it creates a supportive environment where their confidence can more easily grow, where they can more easily learn. And through the learning and by taking risks and going outside of their comfort zone, their confidence will grow. So, all of those things that you can do to support your partner creates an environment where it is easier for their confidence, their self-esteem, their self-worth, their self-value to grow. But once again, it's not a guarantee. You may be doing all those things to the best of your ability. Nobody's perfect. You don't have to be perfect. But if you're doing those things to the best of your ability, and let's say you work on yourself too, you do these things for yourself and you embody it and you practice it, and you're not only giving it to yourself, but you're giving this to your partner. Just because you're modeling healthy behavior does not necessarily mean that your partner will pick it up for their own. Sometimes people who have very low self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, they have some deep issues going on there that are affecting all of that. And if they reject it and they don't take it in, it doesn't have any effect on them. It's they're not learning from your modeling. They're not learning from the experience of having a supportive partner. You can't make someone learn. People are who they are until they decide they want to change. All you can really do, be a supportive partner. Create an environment within your relationship between each other where it's easier for the self-esteem and the self-confidence to grow. But knowing that they have to be willing to learn to do things differently from how they've done them before if they want to have a different experience with their self-esteem and their self-confidence. And they have to be willing to take what they're seeing externally from their relationship with you and start to apply it internally with themselves. Because it's in doing it with yourself that gives it strength. So if you're doing those things and your partner's not getting better, they're not improving, you've got a different issue there. But you can't make your wife or your partner more confident. You can't make someone else confident. That's an inside job.